Hello everybody, thanks for following my page. Thank you even more for listening to this video. I had a message today. Today is Law Day, if you didn't know that. And the American Bar Association says it's a good time for attorneys to reach out to the community and give an explanation for something that maybe people don't know about. So kind of racked my brain today and thought, what kind of issues do I see that have come up in the legal area that people have questions about? So I want to focus today on the difference between specific intent and general intent. Every crime in the state and every crime anywhere is either going to be a general intent crime or a specific intent crime. So it's a pretty important distinction. So for me to prove a general intent crime, I have to prove that you committed an act voluntarily, and I don't have to prove that you had a specific end result in mind. All right, so just did you commit an act voluntarily? Was that act against the law? You're going to be guilty. Specific intent, on the other hand, I have to show you voluntarily committed an act, but also that you intended the end result of that act. And I'll give you two examples. This comes up a lot in traffic court when I do that. I'll have somebody come in and they'll say, hey, I know the officer had me at 63 and a 55, but Travis, I just changed my tires to a bigger circumference, and a bigger circumference, you're going to end up going faster than what your speedometer shows. I've actually had that argument in court a couple of times, even had an expert that somebody brought in. And unfortunately, what I have to tell those people is, well, this is a general intent crime, so I don't have to prove that you intentionally went over the speed limit, just that you actually did. So that's a general intent crime. Another example of a general intent crime would be operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated. I don't have to prove that you knew you were drunk when you got behind the wheel and drove. I just have to prove that you were indeed drunk when you got behind the wheel and drove. Compare that with a specific intent crime. The first one that comes to mind for me is going to be assault. An example that I sometimes give, I used to give it to my students at Iowa Lakes when I taught there at the paralegal program. If you have somebody that's giving you directions, let's say, and they reach out and they say, oh yeah, you just got to go down the block there and then turn left or turn right. And they swing their arm out. Are they intending to swing their arm out? Yeah, they are. Well, if they're not paying attention to people walking behind them, and say in the process of talking with you, they turn like that, swing their arm out, just as some poor guy comes walking up and he gets smacked in the face, okay? Causing bodily injury, would that be an assault? Should that person be charged with assault? And hopefully everybody agrees, no. If it were a general intent crime, and I didn't have to prove the intended end result of hitting somebody, then yeah, it would be a crime. But in that instance, and in Iowa, no, it's a specific intent crime. Be a different story now if you saw the guy coming and decided, you know what, I want to hit the guy, and then turned and then smacked him. All right? So that's the difference between general intent and specific intent. I hope you found this kind of helpful. Again, thank you very much for viewing my videos, for liking my page, for following it. I cannot thank you enough. If you have any ideas for topics you'd like me to discuss on here, just send me a message. I'd be happy to oblige. All right? Y'all take care. Bye.